Peace community, welcome to Esoteric Sessions. If you are new, welcome. And if you are returning, welcome back. Gratitude for each of you tuning in and joining me on this esoteric journey. Today is Wednesday, or shall I say, Mercury's Day, January 15th, 2025. And wow, I'm actually beginning this session at 12:12 a.m. It's 12 minutes after midnight where I am, and at the time that I'm recording this session, so that could be of significance there. But this session will be a mini cosmic session to align with today's energy. Before I begin, I would love to give a few reminders when tapping into these sessions. Please keep in mind to only take what resonates and leave the rest behind. These sessions are timeless, so keep in mind that readings can be reflective of past, present, or future timelines. Energy is fluid and change is constant, not permanent. So remember that free will is always an option. Lastly, remember that these sessions consist of sacred ancient practices that are to be used as guidance tools and utilized for the highest good of intention. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get into today's session. Wow. Okay, so now that I have my intro out of the way, I hope that everyone that finds this message, whether you're just listening, you're showing support, or if something in the title drew you here, it popped up on your feed and you said, well, let me click on it. It may be something in here for you along this general session. And it might be a little bit esoteric in nature. I want to dive into some things, and it may not be so esoteric in nature for those of you that are listening, that are tapped in to such things that are esoteric in nature. So, with that being said, I am going to get some messages and energies out, or energies with the messages that come along throughout this reading, and, just apply them as they may. If they resonate, beautiful. You can comment, like, share, and subscribe. Oh my goodness, tongue tied. But you can subscribe to the channel if you like, just to show support at this time. For a while, I have been shying away from this journey, and I came across this journey some years ago, at the beginning of my spiritual awakening. And one day I was on YouTube, and a girl that she really, really helped me on the journey. I'm not going to say the name just yet. I would like to get, I guess I would like to get I would like to get an approval first, just to be mindful at this time. But this was a channel that was very spiritual, and just the title in itself. And I never had seen anything such as that on my feed. And from there, a lot of the things resonated with me, from the things that I was experiencing down to the verbiage. So I've been meaning for some time. I didn't think I would end, not even end or embark on this journey here. I had, tapped into it, but it was always, rooted in the intention of just, following the signs. Everything that God was showing me at that time, I was open to it. So I say all of that to say I'm really excited to be here. And if I do sound a bit nervous, this is me in authenticity showing up. And these will be the beginning stages of Esoteric Sessions. So like I said, for those of you that are joining and just embarking on your spiritual journeys, I am so proud of all of us at this time, as the timeline isn't always, just light and, blissful moments, but It does have its shadow moments and shadow periods and, very rough, moments in essence. But the beauty in it all is when you can get to a point on the journey and you can ground yourselves, you utilize the tools that have been given to you, right? Sacred tools, meditation, prayer, and, just things that put you into alignment when it comes to your purpose. But, I wanted to tap into the energies once again. I am currently shuffling some oracles as we are currently also under a full moon, specifically a full moon in the sign of Cancer, which is, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Cancer is they're the sixth zodiac or celestial body, um, within this realm here. And that energy for me, from what I've studied, it's a very loving, caring, nurturing energy, very intuitive and emotionally intelligent. That's, in my opinion, as someone that has experienced certain, Sun and Cancer placements, specifically because, on the journey, here on Earth, for me, I won't speak for all. I tended to always be intrigued with the celestial realm of things, like the planets, science, and science in class would really draw me in whenever they were speaking about, the planets, because essentially I knew as a child that this is my habitat, this is what I call home. So of course I'm excited to know, because I will always be intrigued about what was around me as a child. Take a sip of water. But I don't know, that could also be a thing for you. Some of you out and within the collective at this time, within the community, you could be guided to even drink more water. I have been feeling like very, very guided to like up my water, within the past maybe week or so. I've been guided to like drink more water than usual. And water has tasted like a brand new thing for me. Lately, for the past week, I feel like it has just, I don't know if it's because it's winter and it just hit different. You know, I'm a very tropical being from the South, from Florida specifically. And, you know, a lot of people growing up, I would always hear, it's so humid here. Like the heat is different in Florida, so they say it's a lot of humidity, but I love it. But let me move further. But like I was stating, I have some oracles here. I'm going to get a oracle to close out today's session. Now, I'm not sure what's going to come out. I'm just going to go with the flow. So if it resonates with you at a soul level, you will know. Your intuition and your psychic field, will tell you first. And, these messages will just confirm for you. And may they be for the highest of good. That is my rooted intention, at the core. And I'm also going to use some tarot just to get more specifics into the, 3D realm here. And even, messages that are more major in essence for those of you. And I'm also going to tap in with the original. So a couple tarots, and depending on how the energy flows, I may go a little more in depth for those of you that this may resonate with, and it just will give you more confirmation. I'm just going to flow with the energy today. I'm very much new to the journey in regards to I feel like I've been reading energy my entire journey, but when it comes to this sacred practice in this realm, I felt very drawn. And, God has, gifted me with the inability to see things from a higher perspective in such a way that in my intention is to heal, is to guide, and to help those of you that seek, because I feel like we are all on a journey back to ourselves, and all of us have a moral compass. All of us have an inner voice, an inner child, a higher version of ourselves that exists and has been guiding us along with Holy Spirit this entire journey. And for those of you that resonates with, you feel me? So just go along with the energies and only take what resonates once again. Now, before I, do begin this session, I do want to mention some songs that I've been getting before starting this reading. And I want to chuckle a little bit right now because I'm hearing a song by Jodeci, "Come and Talk to Me," and that's playing right now in my in my mind. And I just wanted to share that. But I've been listening to a lot of Genuine, a lot of just R&B, generally. And as I say that, I hear the Isley Brothers playing the song. I believe it's called Hello. And if it's a very beautiful soul song to me. I've listened to that record throughout my entire childhood, so that may be something significant here about music. And I also feel an energy of love. So I'm really, I'm really curious to see what's gonna come out, and now I'm hearing Jagged Edge, so I don't know if you all may be fans of these artists, you'll know if it applies to you, but I'm just feeling an energy of love. And speaking of love, Cancer, which is the full moon, and, which we are having a full moon in the sign of Cancer. It is an energy of love. It is an energy of nurture, an energy that can associate with femininity as well, and our intuition, our ability to be soft in nature. When I think of Cancer energy, that's what I think of. And I just think of my ability to be in tune with my emotions. And also, the number six is associated with, things from the past. It can talk about, memories and a bit of nostalgia as well. So, I would also like to say it can be connected to youth, and not to sound redundant, but that's the energy that's coming through. And speaking of that number, today is the 15th, which equates to the number 6. And I feel like that is so in alignment with the energies that I'm currently receiving at this time. So, some of you, the number 6 could be significant for you. You could be born on the 6th, the 15th, the 24th, or in the 6th month. The number 6 could be your life path number. Um, 6 could just be of significance, and this could also apply for whomever comes through within this reading. So, without further ado, let me go ahead and get into today's session. Holy Spirit, angels, and ancestors of the highest white light, please cover me and the collective at this time. May the highest of messages come through according with the energies as well. May I receive the messages here today for those that seek it in such a way. And may you protect us all and just guide us at this time while receiving such messages. Let me see. All right. All right. Wow, temperance. Temperance is the first card that wants to show itself. I'm getting a feeling of restoration. All right, tell me more about temperance. Mm, okay. 8 of Cups. All right, thank you. Wow. All right. What's at the root of this? Judgment. Okay. Wow. This is already coming off as like a powerful reading. Wow, at the bottom, another powerful card. All right, it's the highest potential of this here. Low key feels like, and please forgive me if the, bottoms of me hitting the cards at the bottom. It's loud. In the near future. Here's the concerns here. Okay. Whoa. A few cards fell and wow. Okay, let me see. What was the third one? Hmm. All right. Two of Wands. Okay. Alrighty, let me just take a few moments to look over the energies that have come out at this time. Wow, Ace. Okay. So, okay. Yeah. One, two, three. Three major arcanas that wanted to show themselves: the Temperance energy, the High Priestess energy, along with the Judgment energy. And also, there's an energy here of a new energy, a fresh energy, a activating energy. Some of you may be going through ascension at this time. You may also be going through an initiation. I feel like there's definitely an energy of initiation happening on the planet. A lot of us are being called to step up and begin, you know, wow, I just had a burp out of nowhere. So I feel like that was confirmation for someone. Could be feeling this pull for you to be the first, or being the one to have to start or just begin in general. But there's an energy of restoration, things being restored back to balance. I feel like there's going to be this theme of you pouring into yourself and rebalancing yourself. And with that, there's a new path that you have chosen that is I'm talking about definitely, going to be something that is emotionally fulfilling. It's something that you'd had hope for, something that you would have wished for even. That's something that I'm receiving. But I feel like, with that energy, this is here because you could have walked away emotionally from something, and I feel like whatever this is, like, you're walking away with your head held high. You at this time you could feel, and this is not to come off in from a space of being boastful, but you feel like you're above a lot of the things that you have chosen to walk away from. And what I mean by that is, like, a lot of the things that you could have dealt with could have been very heavy, low vibrational in essence. Like, I'm really feeling that here. And I say that because the card is very vibrant. And with that comes different frequencies of vibration. You have yellow, you have orange, you have red, you have green, you have purple, you have blue, and you have pink. And it's just a number of colors with more positive feelings. So a lot of you could have chosen to really, leave situations. And this why there's an energy of restoration. I feel like there was a need for necessary transformation in a situation. And at the root of this, you all could have felt like your intuition was guiding you in the recent past here. And speaking of high end, with the full moon comes high end emotions, high end senses, and we even see it in nature, even with the animals. I feel that sometimes I have noticed, like, if I step outside either in the day or especially at night during a full moon, it's like there's more activity going on outside, especially in the summertime. But, I feel like some of you could have intuitively felt this. You have a lot of your intuition is very potent. Some of you are highly intuitive, high priestess energy. And that energy can also represent the energy of Pisces specifically. And speaking of Pisces, there was something that took place, I believe, on January the 11th, where the nodes have switched from Aries and Libra to Pisces and Virgo. And, those are just simply our polar opposites of one another. So, Pisces and Virgo are considered the sister signs or opposites of each other, versus Aries and Libra, they are both opposites of one another as well. But there was a switch in regards to, Pisces specifically. And I feel like collectively there's an energy of us intuitively, innately coming together, in humanity to support one another, to help one another, and to really get back to our nature. And that's being in tune and connected to who we are and one another, which connects us more with nature. And I feel like that's a collective energy that is coming out, and it's going to be a major theme. But back to this reading here, I feel like, also in the recent past, you could have made decisions, and it doesn't have to be even recent, because I feel like with the judgment coming out, that is another sign of something being very major, a very major theme in your life, something that is happening. And I feel like you could be embarking, having a second opportunity at things, and you could have had individuals around you. I feel like you got an audience to a certain degree. And if it's not an audience, this could just be people in your environment that could be watching you go through such a transformation, right? Things could be in an energy. Some of you may not see it clearly. I am getting that at this moment of not seeing things all the way in your life. But one thing that is guiding you, very much so, is your intuition. And I'm getting something about moral compass. There's a energy on that. Some of you could really be following your heart. What is it that you align with? Like, at a or on a natural aspect of things? What are you feeling intuitively? But with that judgment card, I feel like you also, could have called judgment on certain situations that also led to you leaving situations or there being an energy of urgency to do so. But it looks like with you doing that, what I see here is that you could be, very content with your decisions. I feel like you're very satisfied if you have chosen to walk away. You may have found yourself to be more satisfied even in nature. Like, I feel that coming through with this card, some of you you may not be looking back, and if you are looking back, I'm hearing somebody say, I did that. I did that. But I'm seeing here that you could be in an energy of like, feeling like something's getting ready to come into fruition for you because you have chosen to walk away as you've done. And I think that's not I think this is why temperance is here when it comes to restorative energy being the main energy at play throughout this reading. Like that's the biggest theme for me. I feel like that's a major message for this in this session when it comes to restoration. And I feel like it's very beautiful what's coming towards you because you've chosen to move the way that you're moving at this time. And let me move further along. Now, in the near future, with you doing this, I don't feel like this is your energy to a certain degree. And I say that because the Eight of Swords wanted to come out in the near future. And all of the energy that's pointing towards, newness, freshness, restoration, it didn't align with the energy of the Eight of Swords. So I feel like this could be reflective of the energy that you could be currently separating from. And I say that because we have two eights, and that's something that I just took notice of. So this is definitely in the frequency and alignment of the same energy that I'm speaking of that you could have chosen to walk away from. And Eight of Cups, Eight of Swords, these energies, in the near future, as you continue to step in this energy of being content and fulfilled and satisfied with your decision, they are in an energy of feeling, they will be, if they're not already experiencing this, but this is coming up because this is what's in the current energy. They could be feeling trapped. Some of them could be playing victim. There's an energy of passivity and a need for others to face themselves in this moment. And a lot of people, sometimes tend to struggle with, sitting with themselves. And, they'll end up trapped there if they continue to avoid it and, treat it as if they are solely the victim in the situation. But like I said, collective, I don't feel as though intuitively that aligns with your energy because all of the energies here, down to the outcome, as I pulled all the cards and then I sat with it. The outcome is you pretty much being able to, or not even being able to, you're going on a new path at this time. And I feel like things are really beginning to shift for you. Hence why the temperance is the biggest theme when it comes to restoring, whatever it is that has felt imbalanced to you or has felt like you've lost something or you didn't have. You're being restored in this moment. But moving further along, with this situation, there's a fear and concern once again. I feel like you all may have a fear and concern. And if you don't take this part if it resonates. I'm only intuitively interpreting the cards. But I feel like you know what? I'm actually not gonna go with that because as I look at this card, what I just intuitively got was this isn't your energy as well. This is an energy of a masculine that either you could have been connected to or that is currently watching you. And this is someone that has become quite concerned and even fearful that you may, with you choosing to go on this new path, you could be choosing to, embark on a new journey with someone who's much more passionate, much more, active and leading, someone that's more creative, a visionary, someone that, is very this is someone and not to sound redundant, this is someone that has fears and concerns that you've grown passion for someone else or you will. But and how other people are seeing, you within this situation at this time, how others are, viewing you specifically. They're viewing you in the Ace of Wands energy. Some of you may be seen as somebody that's getting ready to step on a new, path, go on a new adventure. You are, really getting ready to embark on a fresh new start in life. And others are viewing you this way at this time. And I also feel like energies could be wanting to have, or be a part of this new start with you. But what's sticking out to me, this card has an image of a snake coiled around this wand. And that right there is giving me a message. Some of you could have had a lot of energies that could have revealed themselves to you even in the recent past. Your intuition could have led you to seeing that with certain energies, would led you to being even more, you know, content with your decision making when it came to separating yourself from certain individuals. And that's something that I'm being guided to share with you. I feel like others are seeing you as very magical as well. You have a spark about yourself or within yourself that is very much felt. And whoever you are, you're a passionate individual. And I don't feel as though it's something that you speak about. I feel like it's shown in how you show up, how you speak. Some of you could really be in an energy where your confidence isn't really loud or boastful. It's more so of of an energy. It's felt. I just I'm being guided to say that, but in the hopes and wishes for this situation, there's a hope and a wish to really have stability and really be in an energy of celebrating essentially. And I feel like, I say that because the Four of Wands wanted to come out. I feel like some of you are, hoping and wishing to be in an energy where you will experience this level of stability because for some of you, like I said, this is why there's an energy of things being restored around you at this time. A lot of you may have experienced moments of instability, moments of being, imbalanced and experiencing disharmony in your lives. And at this time, all you could hope and wish for is to be able to have your own, do things in a way, and have your stability and just be in a very balanced energy. I feel like that's something that you all are hoping and wishing for at this time. And once again, the energy of others possibly wanting to celebrate with you is coming through as well. And in the outcome position, once again, we have the Two of Wands. And like I said, this is an energy of, the overall outcome of you, you know, feeling as though you've made great decisions. Feeling like your choices were made, and they were rooted in love and definitely with discernment. And it's like you're in an energy now of regaining your rhythm as receive this restorative energy in your life. You're going to feel, renewed. You're going to feel, as though things are starting to flow in your life and you can now prepare with more intention and passion. And I'm going to clarify furthermore for those of you that this does resonate with. But the things of significance that I was seeing here so far, fire is very, very dominant in this energy. And you could be an individual that has fire placements heavily placed in your chart. They could be in your big three, in your or your big four. I like to say big four, or the main four that people love to, really study and really connect with: your sun, moon, rising, or your Venus. And remember, your sun is just reflective of the life force, what shines over your chart. And your rising sign is how you show up. You show up as you are in the world specifically. It's more so, it influences you greatly as well. Your moon sign is connected to the way you feel, and Venus is all about how you love, essentially. So, with that being said, I feel like fire energy is very, very dominant here, and also as well as water energy. There's an energy of heavy water, and heavy fire energy with the high priestess energy and the temperance card, which is associated with Sagittarius, and the high priestess associated with Pisces. And we also had the judgment come out. Judgment for me is, associated with Scorpio slash Libra energy. So once again, water energy, very dominant with air on the spectrum. Like I said, collective. Your energy is so potent and powerful and, passionate throughout this session. When I pulled out the Eight of Swords, and I noticed that it was not only, reflective of an energy that didn't reflect yours, but it was in alignment with the energy of the Eight of Cups, the energies that you walked away from. So I really felt that a lot of you could be seeing eights. Eights could be of significance. So let me go ahead and start clarifying in this session. Alrighty. Wow. As I said that, 111 on the timer. Alrighty. So tell me about the temperance. Tell me more about what's being restored. Wow. For a lot of you, what's being restored to you at this time, a lot of you could be very much in alignment with your intuition. The high priestess has come out again. I feel like there's a heavy emphasis on spirit wanting to, encourage you and, let you know how proud they are when it comes to you and how you've chosen to listen to your intuition. Hence, more why you are receiving this energy of restoration. A lot of you could have really, been connected very deeply to these individuals around you at this time. So, definitely things that you could have intuitively felt that were coming towards you or being restored at this time. Your intuition is right on point when it comes to that. I feel like, your intuition is very, very on point and is very, very heightened at this time for whoever you are. For it to come out twice, that is significant. All right, let me move forward with the Eight of Cups energy. Can you tell me more about the Eight of Cups? Wow. Okay, yeah. Definitely in alignment with the message about walking away. You could definitely be, rejecting the Four of Cups energy wanted to come out specifically. And the Four of Cups to me, right off the back, it speaks about you not being, really satisfied with the things that you are currently surrounded by. You could be very apathetic, dissatisfied with things. You could be a bit discontent, in an energy and in a energy of being bored with these energies. You could be reevaluating a lot of things and just questioning things to yourself. And it has you really, you that could have really guided you and helped you to make the decision to walk away from these individuals. That's something that I really wanted to point out here. So when I said you were walking away and you are really through with the things and the people around you, like this energy is so potent. Like it's not nothing confusing about it. Like you literally, you know, retracted your energy and you resigned from people. You have a lack in interest in to what they were giving. And even when it comes to not receiving, that's something also that I wanted to say. So let me move further along, okay? Tell me about the high priestess energy. I want to know what it was that you was getting intuitively, collective. Wow. Two cards dropped out, the King of Wands and the Ace of Wands specifically. Definitely fire energy around you currently. Okay? Something and if it isn't within your energy, there's just an energy here of a lot of passion. And I'm really getting or being guided to speak about the sacral chakra specifically. That is the energy where we create. That's connected to our sensuality, our sexuality, our ability to just be in tune with our artistry. It's connected to our ability to be free and expressive in that energy. So that's something that is definitely coming through here. But your intuition could have been letting you know that the tables were getting ready to turn. Like you were destined, things were fated, for you to make decisions. And I feel like your intuition, whoever you are highly intuitive. Your intuition is chef's kiss. Like, I'm serious because for this to come out as confirmation with majors, there's a major theme around you being this highly intuitive being. And, whatever it is your intuition was telling you in regards to these individuals, just know that, things are turning and, the for the good for you. Like I feel like your intuition was on point when it came to you needing to make changes with these individuals. Okay? Alrighty. Tell me about the judgment. Tell me about the judgment. Yeah. Okay. You definitely could have, what you call judgment on. What I'm intuitively getting is that a lot of you could have received like downloads about certain individuals. I feel like you could have been enlightened about certain situations, and it calls you to call judgment on certain things with the people you were guided to really follow your intuition about, whatever it is. I feel like you are definitely being guided by Holy Spirit because these are all major arcanas. I'm getting this energy intuitively from the hangman's energy, which is also connected to Piscean energy. And Pisces energy is also very potent throughout this reading. So you may also have Pisces placements. It could be in your big four, or you could just embody the energy of somebody that is very emotionally in tune, very, mysterious even in nature, very to yourself. You come off a bit mystical and mysterious to individuals, but you're very in tune, you're very tapped in, especially you too yourself could be in tune with esoteric knowledge. And so this esoteric session could really resonate with you to a degree, but you're an individual that has been enlightened about individuals and you've been guided by spirit. You could also be an individual that is very spiritual. That's something that wants to come through. You could be highly influenced by the planet of Jupiter throughout your birth chart or your experience. People may see you as an individual that is just very, you're magnetizing. And not only that, it draws people in. You could have a lot of beauty, and you just your energy, I feel, comes off as very mystical, majestic, and magical. But moving further along, another energy I'm going to clarify is the Nine of Cups. Another energy that can also be connected with Piscean energy. And for me, I don't know why I'm getting something about Neptune here. Neptune is all about, the dreamy states, illusions, and it can even be associated with confusion. But Neptune is I feel like it's a deep planet as well, and it is one that is deeper than from where we are at, on planet Earth. If I'm speaking in distance terms, but I want to clarify the Nine of Cups with the high potential. Tell me more about, wow, the Ace of Wands, more passion. Ace of Wands energy. Yeah, okay. Wow. Okay. So, just as I stated, a lot of you could be definitely feeling content with your decision. Four of Swords wanted to come out clarifying this energy. I said, well, what is it that, you're satisfied with specifically at this time with the Nine of Cups? Some of you could be very content with your decision to, retreat from certain energies. You're not definitely speaking. You could definitely be in an energy of recovery and resting and just really reflecting on your decisions that you made and being satisfied at the end of the day. I mean, that's coming through very clearly for me at this time. Okay. Tell me about the Eight of Swords energy. What is it, why is this trap energy here? Tell me about this Eight of Swords energy. Hmm. Okay. So, what I'm getting is that, when I spoke about these energies really feeling a sense of feeling, like entrapped or just trapped essentially, like playing the victim with this passivity energy and, facing themselves. I feel like they're stuck because overall, you see them, the sun energy, which is another major arcana. And I feel like this is causing people to have a major moment with themselves because, no matter if they try to play victim, no matter if they try to get passive, if they even project in essence, there's an energy around you seeing things clearly, and you can't be shaken by what it is that you are seeing in this moment. And I feel like that's what has people stuck. That's what has people feeling trapped when it comes to, whatever transpired between you all. That's something that's coming through, for individuals. Only take it if it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. But there's definitely an energy around you being happy with the clarity and being happy with what you see now, and these individuals being stuck, like they're having to face themselves and however it is that they, whatever took place between you all. I'm just going to say that because this is a general reading. Apply the energies as you may, but there's an energy around people feeling stuck at the end of the day because you see them clearly. So let me go ahead and move further. And it's like you're in this energy of really taking control of the situations around you. Like you're not no fool. You when it comes to, having the control, being able to take order of situations, what you will and won't invest in. And you're just in this energy of having a lot of wisdom. I'll say that. Can you tell me about the King of Wands energy? Wow. You know what's crazy? I was just gonna say the Temperance card wanted to come out again, but I kept shuffling just for it to jump out again. So Temperance wanted to come out. someone has a fear and concern that things are getting ready to be rebalanced in your life. Now, I don't know why someone would have an energy around that of being in fear or having a concern. I really feel that this is reflective of the energies around you that you're no longer dealing with. The people that you could have chosen to walk away from. They could feel that there's an energy of restoration here for you. Very, I don't, there's an energy. Some of you could, be getting ready to, meet an individual that balances you. I'm really that's coming through for whoever you are. Now, some of you, you could be already in an energy in the moment of, experiencing this in the now. Fire is really dominant, and we are in the year of Mars. There's a heavy emphasis on fire energy. And speaking of fire energy, I really truly send my hearts out to those that are suffering and enduring, grief and loss at this time in Los Angeles and across the planet, whether, any kind of suffering at this moment. But fire specifically, in this vicinity where we are in the world, fire has been very significant. And I just have been in prayer and in deep gratitude for a lot of things, because a lot of individuals went from one day having things one way to their entire, life changing. So I just wanted to take that moment to mention and, give my acknowledgement to those who are enduring that at this time. But there's a really heavy energy, not even heavy as in like it's heavy, but it's so potent, it's so powerful. There's an energy of a lot of passion coming into your world, into your realm, into your life. And things are getting ready to be restored where there was, a lack thereof. And wow, Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. And the Emperor with the King of Pentacles at the bottom as well. I see the Empress energy. This is beautiful, the Fool energy. This is beautiful. And right behind all of that energy, energy that's not reflecting of who you are and what you are experiencing, the Nine of Swords. So there's definitely a theme around people here going from one level to the next when it comes to upset. Okay. And some of you may not even be moving with the intention. People are just having to really sit with themselves in these moments. So let me clarify, the perspective of others, how they're seeing you at this time. Ace of Wands. Tell me more about the Ace of Wands energy. Hmm. You could be shocking a lot of individuals at this time. Like, you stepping onto this new timeline, it could be very, out of the blue for a lot of people. And that's something that's coming through. You are shocking individuals, whoever you are. I don't know what it is that you're doing, just the moves that you're making. Maybe it's the ability to close out cycles. There's a great energy around you transforming in real time. I'm seeing that because we've already had the Wheel of Fortune, which talks about changes that are fated, that are destined. And, you people could be really seeing you from a higher perspective as someone that is, very spiritual in nature, a mystery, a mystic even. Pisces energy is also connected to the psychic film or I said the psychic film, the psychic um realm, and it's also associated with our ability to see things. And psychic does I feel like there's a lot of gifts that come with certain psychic abilities. All of us have different abilities. As you tune in, you'll receive your gifts and what it is that you are able to do uniquely. But there's a heightened energy here of whoever you are highly intuitive, and you may have psychic abilities as well. That's something that I'm receiving. You see things clearly. And as I say that, Queen of Swords on the on the bottom of the deck, which is associated with air energy, Libra energy specifically. But if we're talking air, that is Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra specifically. And air energy, when I think of it, I think of clarity. I think of, seeing things from a higher perspective. It's air. It's, within the mind. It's how we think. It's how we speak. And just, how we communicate essentially. So I feel like a lot of people are really shocked by you at this time. So let me clarify the Four of Wands, when it comes to you having hopes and wishes. Tell me more about what it is that you hope and wishes when it comes to the Four of Wands. There's an energy of new love around you. We are in wintertime, and it's crazy. February is like the season of love, but you know what love is, all year round for me. But, if we're talking about the festivities that are celebrated in this country and worldwide, there's an energy of love in the air at this time. Tell me more about the Four of Wands. I'm also being guided to share something about the number 4. Foundation is coming through. If you were someone that was thinking about foundation, I really feel like, wow, wow. As I say that, I feel like if you are somebody that is hoping and wishing to have stability, foundation, Ten of Pentacles just came out, confirmation. I feel for whoever you are, you could be growing abundantly in all areas of your life within the 3D at this time. I feel like whoever you are, you could have spent a great deal of time being in a specific realm, picking up on things intuitively and really tuning into the heightened gifts and your abilities. But there's things getting ready to transpire and take place for you in the 3D, things that you can, really have as tangible as, material. I feel like you are getting ready to manifest. I just heard manifest go. And at the bottom of the deck, Six of Wands. Wow. And the Magician. Ah, my intuition. And this could be after a moment of lack. Four of Pentacles. I really feel like whoever you are, you have a lot of beautiful things coming towards you. Temperance energy. I feel like spirit has been really guiding and taking care of you. I just heard you're their baby. Like they've really been guiding you on this journey. So for whoever this read is for, this is a very beautiful reading. Okay, can I get more clarity on the Two of Wands energy with the outcome? This is a very beautiful, beautiful reading. Oh my goodness. The King of Wands again. So there's definitely an energy around the masculine around you. Somebody really, whatever it is that somebody has a fear and concern about, you know, I don't want to necessarily focus on that, but with you choosing this new path, you just might receive that. And I say that because I see that. I see that with the cards, like the energy is so fluid, so, you know, reflective of what it is I'm intuitively getting and receiving. Fire energy is all throughout this reading. Whoever this masculine energy is, they have a lot of passion, and it's all throughout this session. There is so much fire here, and it's very dominant. But let me go ahead and pull some more cards. And I think that I may bring this to an ending because I don't want to drag the reading out so much. And it's not so much as dragging it out. I really just wanted to pop in and read the current energies, especially under the full moon, which is in Cancer. And I feel like, that energy in itself speaks about releasing. And when the moon is full, I feel like a lot of messages can come through. A lot of things can be seen more clearly, through the veil when it comes to just being able to see things from a heightened perspective, especially because the moon does specifically heighten. And so I just wanted to really pop in and just see what messages and energies wanted to show itself. And clearly, fire was very heavy throughout this reading. So, like I stated, if that energy specifically isn't prominent or dominant in your big fours, your sun, moon, rising, or Venus placements, it could just be representing an energy in your current reality at this time, an energy of things being very, I want to say fiery, passionate. And even if it's not, necessarily fiery, but there's just an energy of passion going around you in abundance, things being cleansed, restored, because fire also means to cleanse in essence. And, I want to also say something about fire. I remember at the beginning of my awakening when, before I hit that phase of blissfulness, I would sit with myself in meditation and I would sit with nature. And what I mean by that, I would sit with, the sacred tools that were presented to me at the beginning. And what I mean by that is energies that cleanse my space, such as, beautiful plants around me that reflected nature's energy, which was abundance, because that was what I was intentionally setting the tone for. I would sit in meditation with incense burning, along with, you know, my beautiful, beautiful crystals, and specifically the rose quartz, because it made me feel love. And that was my intention because I felt like I needed that in that moment. Self love, love for myself, because I really was experiencing, many, many scenarios where love, especially genuine love, wasn't being presented or being reciprocated to me in those moments. And I had given so much love, and I just really wanted to set the intention to just have those energies around me, things that reflected joy, love, balance. And one of the things that also helped me in those moments was fire gazing. And I felt like it was very transformative for me. I sat there and I would watch an item burn, such as an incense or sage specifically. And sage is just an herb that cleanses. It cleanses the energy around you. It uplifts and it shifts. And I remember I would look at Palo Santo and allow it to blow before that flame goes. And it's so beautiful and transformative to watch the fire, split itself, and create these, different hues of the colors of fire from red, orange, and blue. And it's so beautiful to me. And I don't know, I feel like a lot of transmutation happened in those moments, but I'm sharing that just because the energy of fire is really here. And I'm going to go ahead and bring this session to an end. As I said, I don't want to make it super long in this moment, but fire is definitely prominent here. And I'm going to pull an oracle for those of you that this resonates for. Just, if you want that extra confirmation or guidance, I'm going to pull from the Moonology Messages Oracle deck. And the card that came out, it was reflective of flames to me as well. It has orange hues and yellow hues. And the design on the card, it looks like, how smoke looks when it's traveling through the air, very mystical and magical and just, mysterious in essence. This card gives that reflection. And there are images here of the moon. And the card that wanted to come through was the card that talks about moon mastery specifically. And it talks about the law of attraction. And I'm going to read that off to you just to give you all more insight into the oracle. So let me go ahead and locate. So page 78. Alrighty, and I'm gonna read it off to you all. Alrighty, so whatever you want, you can make it happen. Trust yourself and your power to create. Work your magic. You have mystical powers that you've used in the past that you can call upon again now. This card calls on you to work with the law of attraction. The more you believe in yourself and your power to create, the more you will see you are actually already doing that. So do it consciously. The intentions that you set for yourself have untold powers. We humans don't realize how powerful we are until we start to play with our magical energies. Embody your intentions now and work toward them in whatever practical way you can as you move in the direction of your goals. Start by becoming really clear about your desires. Once you have that clarity, write down your wishes at the next new moon. Just doing that will galvanize your intentions and steer your next steps. Visualizing your dreams will also help you to achieve whatever you're aiming for right now. Feel your wishes as real and already come true. Feel it in your body. You can create your desired outcome. Additional meanings for this card: you've made magic before and you can make it again. Expecting the best will often attract it. Self doubts stop manifestations. Distance yourself from the naysayers. Speak your intentions into being. And more about this symbol: women have used the moon to make magic for millennia. Now it seems maybe it's your turn. Remember, you can simply tap into your own magic. Wow. And the thing I want to mention with that card that I spoke of intuitively at the beginning of this reading, and this is one of my first times, maybe not first time reading this card, because some of them I do know and I've come to learn what the message is. And some of them, I really love to read through them, as a lot of things that are touched on within the oracle, it really aligns with the entitled message, and essentially. And one of the things that I spoke on in this reading was the energy of you walking away from things. And the number 8 can also be associated with, death, and Scorpio specifically, which is an energy that I believe Scorpio rules the 8th house. And you can correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm still very much new to the journey and I'm open to learning on all levels. But to my knowledge and to my recollection, right off the top, I believe that 8 associates with our 8th house, our houses of endings, and endings can associate with transitions and transformations. And, right after an ending comes a new beginning. And I really feel like this oracle speaks to confirmation for those of you that may have needed, or maybe even not even necessarily needed. Maybe, it's just something that for you to hear on your journey, that you're definitely on the right path. Distance yourself from the naysayers, those that you have seen for who they are. You've called judgment, you felt apathetic, you start to lose interest for, I would like to say, valuable reasons, fair reasons, because everybody has free will. I feel as though you are an individual that are really on a path to choosing and making the right decisions in this moment. So, moving further along, at the bottom of that oracle deck, there was another card that I wanted to share with you all. And I just really felt guided, and I felt like it was in alignment, especially with where the page begins. So, the card that's at the bottom of the deck with the oracles, I wasn't going to give more than one. Normally, I will only give one, but since I spoke about celebration in this session, it's at the bottom of this deck. The card is called Moon Dance Celebration, and it starts on page 60, 60 breaking down to a 6, and we are currently in the energy of 6. 6 is also influencing us heavily, not only with today being the 15th, and I, of course, accumulate other numbers, especially, but just with the 15 equating to the number 6 and being in the energy of Cancerian full moon energy, which associates to me, because if I'm not mistaken, Cancer associates with the sixth house, and it is also associated with the moon. So there's a lot of energy here of adoration, celebration, nourishment, love, support, and just a lot of care, essentially, from the universe, from the higher force, from God. A lot of you could be feeling the care. And another thing I want to speak about with care before I dive into this card, I have been seeing humanity across the board show up for one another in times of grief, loss, and suffering. And it's so beautiful to see us genuinely being influenced by these energies naturally. It's like we're all going back to our roots, at the home of who we are and the home of our hearts, is to be of service to one another and help each other. And that's what it's all about. But moving further along, I wanted to dive into this other oracle. And like I said, I normally wouldn't do it, not to sound redundant, but I'm going to begin reading it. So it says, this card brings you good news. You will soon have good reason to celebrate. Expect good things and positive developments. Think about all the good in your life at this very moment. What do you have to be grateful for? Be grateful for it now. Do a little dance of gratitude. Stay focused on solutions, not problems. Open your heart and be open as you can with the way things are now. Being upbeat about the good things in your life is hugely important when it comes to creating the life you want. It's as though better things come to people who are already buzzing. The essential message of this card is you'll get what you want once you love what you have. Feeling grateful is the key. If you're going through a situation so tough that it's hard to be grateful, dig deeper for something you're happy about. Good times are ahead. You have to believe it. And this card is a sign urging you to become more optimistic. You have every reason for optimism. Additional meanings for this card: there's good news coming. Be sociable. Praise your life. Take up dancing. Say yes to a party. And more about this symbol: sometimes you need to celebrate before you really have something to celebrate. Make life a celebration and not just on a special occasion or on special occasions. Wow. So that was very much beautiful in itself, but I'm going to go ahead and end this session once again for the energies that really wanted to come through. Like I said, if you have water placements, highly aspected in your birth charts, or fire specifically, this message could resonate with you highly. And like I said, if those signs don't necessarily resonate with you directly, it could just be reflective of the energy in this session. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring it to an end. Thank you all for joining me and listening on Esoteric Sessions. Peace.